Hello, fellow troglodytes, and welcome to Feed the Monster with me, the most everyone, aka MrSuryt. Been doing a fair bit of gathering, not just down in the mine. Also, my new power supply system has been doing a lot of gathering. A lot of gathering of saplings. So much so that I've even turned quite a few into plant balls. A lot of wood, a lot of charcoal, a lot of apples. Some of them I've even turned into very useless candied apple. Wanted to see what it was like. Doesn't actually replenish your hunger. I don't know what it does, but oh, I got candied apples. We've also been getting a lot of dirt, a lot of sand, a lot of cobble, which have been compressing down. It's easy enough. Actually, I may as well show you how it works. We'll just turn it back into dirt. Alright, you got your dirt. Put it all together, like so, and it actually compresses it into 9 dirt. 9 dirt into 9 dirt, 1 block of. You can do that quite a few times, expanding it up into 81 dirt in 1 block. Well, you can actually up it to 729 dirt in the 1 block. Haven't had enough to go further than that. We've got a lot of cobble as well doing the same thing. So it has meant that I've made a bit of room for my cobble and my dirt and my sand. However, my clay, my apples, my saplings, I've been really struggling to find a use for them. I've cooked up a lot of the clay. I've thrown out a lot of saplings. I've pretty much, just been trying to find a spot for them all. Been doing a lot of mining as well, so I've got quite a few ores at the moment. Not over the top, but we got quite a few. Quite a lot of graphite bars and yellorium ingots as well. Bit of a hint there. And we've got a lot of charcoal. Just starting to fill this hopper up. Not long filled that one up. I've been turning a lot of it into the graphite bars. Now another thing that we've got a lot of is steam. Quite a lot of steam. Now I have got 5 of these steam dynamos turned off at the moment. They're not running at all. If I think I can have about 16 of them running. As soon as I put the 17th one running, we start to use more steam than we make. At the moment we're making excess. Doesn't really matter. I mean, I could turn it on. I don't have to, because the ones that are on, they're only producing 4 redstone flux per tick. They're not doing their full 80. And they're full. And there's a reason. It's not the same reason as last time. We have upgraded all of our energy conduit to redstone energy conduit. And a redstone energy conduit. I can't spell red, apparently. Try that again. Redstone energy conduit, this stuff right here, transfers energy at a rate of 10,000 RF per tick. So if we were using all the power these were making, it should be making 80 RF. This system here can handle more than 4 RF per tick. The biggest bottleneck is going to be these things here, the redstone energy cells. And the reason for that is because these things can only max in output 2,000. Not quite the 10,000 that the actual conduits can do. However, as you can see, I am maxed out here. Completely maxed out in my redstone energy cell. Well, guess what? This here is the 4th one in the line. We have 4 maxed out redstone energy cells, which is why our steam dynamos, the ones turned on, are not running. Well, they're running at 4 RF per tick. Self-regulating. So we not only have excess apples and excess saplings, excess dirt, cobble, sand. We've also got excess energy. Which means what we need to do is build more things that use up energy. So what are we going to do today? Well, of course, me being me, we are going to make more energy. Why not? We're going to get into big reactors. Now you're going to have to forgive me when we get into big reactors. I've played around with it a little bit, but I've only ever built 3 reactors, so I'm not what you'd call an expert on big reactors. Still, it's a very interesting mod. Basically, the idea behind it is you can build reactors that are more realistic. They're multi-blocks, and you have to build them. Well, the way you build them determines how well they work. We'll see how it comes along. We're going to build it in our power room, of course. They produce RF, redstone flux, so they actually do produce this kind of power. So let's see how we go in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, you know what, I was going to make a 7 by 7 by 5, which is the size that I have been making, but honestly we don't really need it quite so big. Anyway, let's make a few of the blocks that we are going to need, and the most important block that we're going to probably be making is the reactor casing. The reason for that is the reactor casing is used in the making of just about every other component. For that we need steel and some of the yllirium. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, as well as the graphite, of course. Let's hope we've got enough steel, because to be honest, I'm not sure that we do. We probably don't, actually. We better get some cooking. Come here, you. There we go. Cook up, please. Oh god, that takes quite a while. Well, anyway, let's get... Oh, I have also been playing around with decorations and decorating my area. Over here, these chests, normally you can't open a chest with a block above it. Just a little tip, you can open them if it's steps above. So they're all steps above these chests. So it looks normal, looks fine, but you can still open all the chests. So that's a handy little tip. Obviously I haven't finished decorating, I've still got a lot of this room to do, but we'll get there. Alright, what were we going to start with? We want yllirium in the middle, graphite bars on either side, and steel around the outside. We're going to need... Oh, so far we've managed to make 1 steel out of 3 coal coke. That could be problematic. There we go. Alright, well, how many did we get? 24. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's nowhere near enough, but it's not too bad. Alright, another item you can use that I don't always is the reactor glass. That uses hardened glass and a reactor casing, which makes 2 reactor glass. It's a good way of filling up the area, of making even... of making 1 reactor casing go a little bit further. Hardened glass, we do have 30 of it, so we can make quite a bit of that, but we'll make our other stuff first. We are going to need... We're going to need a reactor controller. Okay, I need redstone and diamonds. Like I said before, I have been doing a little bit of digging. Got a couple more diamonds. Not many, mind you, but a few. Bit more redstone as well. You can see, well, there's a lot more of the clay that I don't know what to do with. I do have a fair amount of it also turned into blocks. I can always turn it back through MrSuryt if I really have to, but... Alright, where is that controller? It's probably the next item that you'll be needing. We only need 1 of those, however. Next block we're going to need is reactor power tap. Well, this here is pretty much how you get power out of the reactor. We'll just make one of those. Can make more than one of them, but we'll probably be fine with just the one. You know what, I think we've probably got enough graphite. Probably leave a little bit of this behind. One more, please. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Make another one of these. I shall hold on to it just in case we need it for something else. Reactor access port. Now the reactor access port... Oh, we need a chest. I may actually make a couple of these. Probably going to be making... ooh, say 3 of them. Need a little bit of wood though. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 3 of you. Oh, we need some cobble. Still got plenty of cobble not compressed. So I'll make 3 pistons, 3 chests. Perfect amount. Excellent. 3 chests, 3 pistons, and was it these? Yes, it was. Don't have many of our reactor casings left. Nope, I was hoping I had a bit of steel up here, but I don't. Oh, well. Not to worry. Now the RedNet port, computer port, and redstone port, we're not going to use any of those. We could. They... well, to be honest, kind of overkill, really. The reactors aren't that difficult to manage. So we'll go without them for the time being. Ullerium fuel rod, we do need these things, of course. And a reactor control rod, we do need these. We'll make one of you, because we've got enough for it. What are you? Coal coke. Okay, let's make a bit more of you in there then. 1 steel. Not good enough. Let's find an area. I can always expand it at a later date. That's probably the plan anyway. Who? No nuts. I used up all my reactor casings. Which means I've got to make a couple more. That I don't really have enough steel for. Oh no. No steel? I wish we could use this to turn it back into steel bars. That'd be nice. No good? No. Didn't think so. Well. No steel in here. No. No steel. No steel up here. No steel. Well, looks like I've got to cook up a whole ton of steel. In the meantime, I'm just going to quickly empty out my inventory. I don't think we need any more diamonds, so we'll put those away. Redstone, we may still need that. And we'll get rid of the cobble. Whack you in there. Wasn't a great clean-up, but it was a good enough one. Yep, now what I'm going to have to do is leave it for probably, I don't know, a good half hour or so. Collect as much steel as I possibly can. So I'm going to pause just there. And we'll be back as soon as I have enough steel to finish this off. One sec. Welcome back. It has been hours. It's been a long time. In fact, I've gone to bed. I've had a sleep already. We have got a lot of iron. We've got 4 1/3 stacks, basically. Still cooking up more because I'm not too sure that is even going to be enough. Well, it will be enough if we make a small enough reactor. I want to compromise. I'm going slightly larger just because I can, I guess. Anyway, we'll find out if we can make it or not. We need to get back into Big Reactors. Where are you? There you are. Okay, so what do we need? Let's get rid of you. We don't really need you. We're going to need plenty more reactor casings, quite a lot of those. We're also going to need some Yellerium fuel rod. We want at least 3. Might only need 2, I can't remember. It all depends. I mean, we can use 3. We could use 100 if we really wanted to, but we'll stick with 3 for the time being. Okay, reactor casing. We're going to need a fair amount of this. We'll just have 28 to begin with. Now when you're building these reactors, the base, it can be pretty much any size. Minimum size is going to be a 3x3x3. The base always has to be of casings. So I think we're going to make ours a 5x5. It's not actually going to have any more rods in it. A 5x5x4 maybe. So it might have one more rod in it than the 3x3, but it should be a little bit more efficient just because we're going to have more space around the rods. So the basic one, we're already out, look at that. Guess we're going to make a few more. Right, another 36. Yep, excellent. The basic size is 3x3x3 this way, like this. You fill in these spots. You put in at the top your reactor control rod. Underneath that, the fuel rod. You want a reactor controller. You want a reactor access port. You want the reactor power tap. And obviously it's not going to connect up because we've got these ones here connected. Oh, and actually we don't have that one there. But that there is the basic build. Obviously just leave these ones here out and it will turn into a reactor. We're going to make ours a little bit bigger though. Thankfully there is no loss. Actually, we didn't include that one there as well, but we will include it this time around. Don't lose the items for breaking with a pickaxe, thankfully. We're going to make ours that big. Yeah, why not? And this side as well. So the frame has to be out of casings and the base has to be out of casings. The walls themselves can be out of just about anything. Just about any of the components. We're going to put a controller. Well, the controller is just where you switch it on or off. So, it can be on any side we want, really. So, yeah, let's put it right here. There we go. Can't actually do anything with it just yet. The power tap is where the power comes out of. So I'm going to put you... I think I might put it up high and run a cable across into this cable. So, yeah, let's whack it right there. Which means we are going to need to go back upstairs. Yeah, obviously I've been decorating as well. Upstairs, hopefully I've got some... One. Well, that's not good. Gonna need more than that. I need a fair bit more than that. Okay. We need redstone energy conduit. Electrum and hardened glass. Do I have any electrum down here? Because I've got a bit of hardened glass. Let's see. Electrum, we do. Excellent. I don't need you in there anymore. 26. That's perfect. Hopefully... Yes, I still have some redstone here. Hopefully I don't... Oh no! I've got myself some ender. We'll take... 2 might actually be enough. Maybe. Why do I have ender in there? Who knows? Playing around with something. Anyway, let's go back over here. Feed that across. Is that enough? 2, 3... No. Of course not. Well, for the time being, because we need 1 more, if we put it up that high, we're going to have to whack it down low. We'll whack it just there. There we go. That works. Alright, so that's power out. What do we need next? Reactor access ports. I'm going to put 3 of them on this side. You only need 1. The reactor access port, if you click on it, this is where you put the fuel in. Yellorium ingots. It's also where the byproduct comes out. The byproduct is this stuff here. So we want one where we put yellorium in. This is overboard, you don't actually need to do this, but I'm going to. One where it comes out, and we'll have it auto pump out. And then this one here is where we're going to have plutonium go in. Plutonium is just as good as yellorium, and it's crafted using cyanide ingots. So yeah, the byproduct, 1 yellorium becomes 1 cyanide. 2 cyanide become 1 plutonium. So yeah, for 2 yellorium you actually get 3 ingots worth of power. Alright, next we are going to need the fuel rods. Now the fuel rods, we can actually, they have to go from the base right the way up to the top. It's not to the very top, but inside. And we can pretty much have these anywhere we want in here, so that there would be perfect. The way these work, the way the power works, is they work off heat, more or less. The more heat you make in the environment inside the reactor, the more power you make. However, the more heat you make, the faster the fuel is used up. And you don't want the heat to be inside these rods. If you have them inside the rod, you'll end up overcooking. You'll burn them out way too fast, you won't get as much power. So around the rods, on here, 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 and here, so not the diagonals, just the horizontal next to it, around those spots, you want to have an environment that takes the heat out of the fuel rods. And you can use a few different material, different ores, blocks of ores. Well, I can't actually make it here, but different blocks of ores will work quite well. So will different liquids. And I don't know what we've got. Air's probably the worst you could use. I don't know. Let's see about using a bit of iron. We're going to need a little bit more. Gold works better than iron. Diamond works even better again. Your ender, liquid ender, is probably the best, but for the time being, we're just going to stick with a couple of iron blocks, and you just whack them around like so. Now if you're using liquid, it can be flowing, so you put a bucket of ender up the top, or water or whatever, and let it flow straight down. It will be as effective as if you put some on each level. So yeah, you need to surround it like so. Now, above the fuel rod, the line of fuel rods, you need to have yourself a control rod, reactor control rod. Always a reactor control rod on top of a line of fuel rods. Next, we need to build the walls and the roof. And that is going to be reactor casings. Instead of reactor casings, you can use reactor glass. Get a little bit more out of reactor glass. I don't think we're going to have enough. We're going to have to make a couple more. Uh-oh. Ah, yeah, we got it back. Good. Oh, well, can't get to the back there. There we go. I'm not gonna... I'm gonna put just normal casings up the top, I think. What did I run out of last time? I think I ran out of this stuff. Reactor casings. 16. That'll get the top done and a few extra. Alright. Like so. Oops. Okay, the top's all done. I'm probably going to have to knock out the ceiling so I can get up into there at some point. Kind of a waste putting the glass at the back here, you can't see in. Oh, we're out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more. We've got 8. And we... now have 6. Oh, we're out of hardened glass. Dang. Do we have any more up here? No, we don't. Alright, well, we're just going to have a little bit of reactor casing. Eventually, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. So, this is only a temporary one, just because this is all the resources we've got available at the moment. Okay. Take you. And... yeah. I'll take you. Gonna swap you out. Yeah, it's ugly. There we go. And it has formed up. You can see the corners have become a weird little block. This here is now a reactor ready to go. We want the control over here. Alright, now we can click on it. And it's offline at the moment. You can see the heat, you can see the fuel rods, you can see the power output, RF, redstone flux, and the fuel usage. You gotta click activate to get it going. Obviously we can't just yet because we don't have any fuel rods in there. Well, we have fuel rods, we don't have any yellerium ingots. So we'll put a stack in, and straight away it fills up the three reactor rods in there. Now, red for not active, click activate, and it's active. And you'll see it heat up. I normally do not use iron. It's not one of the best for heat. So yeah, this is really not the most efficient one available. But you can see it is heating up, and the power output is also going up. It does not regulate itself quite as much as thermal expansion machines do, which will all be reducing their power output to 4. This here is simply just going to dump as much as it can into the system, and, well, we're already at full. So it's kind of a waste having it going. I'm probably going to turn it off. There is one other machine that I wouldn't mind building, and that is the cyanide reprocessor. This fella here, we need a yellerium fuel rod and some reactor casings. steel and pistons. Alright, do we have everything for pistons? Maybe. What? No, we don't. In here? Got you, we just need a bit of cobble. Well, we got plenty of cobble. Not short cobble. Alright. 2 of you are needed. So we'll make 2 pistons. There we go. Next we need 2 of you. Well, we've got 4. And then we need Illyrium fuel rod. 1 of you. Alright. Do we have everything? Yes, we do! Excellent, we got the processor. Now we're probably going to need a few pipes. I would much prefer to be using thermal expansion pipes. Or item ducts. But we might end up having to use a couple of these pipes just to begin with. Actually, it probably isn't going to work because I don't have... I don't have any redstone engines or the like. Alright, thermal expansion. Thermal expansion. There we go. Item duct. Okay, it's hardened glass and tin. However, there is an opaque, which is lead and tin. Oh, it's not too expensive. That's not too bad. Where are you? Right there. Lead and tin. This is only a temporary setup. I'll fix it all up and put it into the positions that I want it to be in at a later date. Off camera, most likely. There we go. Some item ducts. Oop. Now this is all going to connect up. I don't use item ducts too often. What I think I'm going to do, just to keep it simple, is separate them. Simple as that. Alright, yeah, that'll work. Yep. Now, when I've done that and broke it, go on red again, it's deactivated. I'm going to leave it deactivated. We don't really need it activated. Okay. Alright, here we're going to put our cyanide reprocessor. Let's whack you down right there. And this has a similar kind of configuration tab to thermal expansion. You can see red is corresponding here. Red's in. That's that side. We then want... actually, you know what? Oh, come on, mouse, work. There we go. You are in. And then we'll put this side, it's very messy at the moment, that's just me. We'll put this side as the out. Don't worry, I'll fix it all up. Change you that way. Change you that way. Now we also need water. We need an aqueous accumulator. That's not too hard to come by. Look at that, already got one. Nice. All we need is a bucket. Already got one of those as well. All we need is water. Might have one of those down here. One of those. Some of those. We had one bit. Alright. Might actually be enough, the one, because we don't need a constant flow of water. Axe has also been put away. Okay. I think we're going to put the aqueous accumulator right here. And I know we've got some fluid duct back up here, so we'll come back up and get some. Pretty sure we do. Where are you? Where are you? There. Only need one, so that's perfect. I'm actually getting hungry. Good thing we've got so many apples. I've also been killing a few cows whilst I was waiting for all my steel to cook up. There we go, water is going in. Alright, so the water will very slowly fill up if we tell it that that should be the water side. But no, is that the water side? Nope. Must have been... Yeah, that's the water side. No water. You're empty. And you've got a tiny bit of water. We're going to need another bucket of water, it would seem. Well, I do have a little bit of water just out over this way. Well, it's not that I intentionally have it there, but that's where it spawned. That's good enough. Back down we go. Running all over the place today. I want to get myself a little bit of waste, so I probably should have you going. There we go. Put the maple back. And there we go, got water filling up. We don't actually need the back one to be anything. Alright. Pretty much done. Just in case we need levers. To put them down in the area to get these going. Excellent. Excellent. Now what I've got to do is just wait for a bit of waste. Click over here, you can see the waste is slowly building up there, enriched 98.3. Eventually we will have a piece of that cyanide stuff pop out. Now ordinarily it will simply come out of here, just here. If you have it specifically switched over to, switched over to out, when it comes out here it will come out. Go through the pipes, into here, it'll come in here with water. It needs power, so I'm going to have to get some more conduit and power it up. It'll then turn 2 cyanide into the 1, as we've already gone over, plutonium I think it is. Pump that back in, and that'll sit in the in right here. Again, we could pump it back in over here. We could pump it back into this one if we really wanted to, but we're being lazy and we're doing it this way. But anyway, that is actually a very simple basic setup. It's not the most efficient, it's not the greatest. I'm going to play around with it off camera once I need it. I don't actually need it going right now because I've got more than enough power. Doesn't look like we're getting a great deal of heat. 115, that's quite low. Most of the ones that I run have 5 fuel rods through the middle, and that produces around about 600 degrees Celsius and around about what is it, from memory, around 1400 RF power output, which is fairly decent. I think, yeah, fairly decent. I mean, these things here redstone energy cells can only input 2,000, so not much more than that. And you'd be wasting with all these redstone energy cells in the system. For now though, I'm actually going to turn it off. We don't need it. I'm going to shut it down. And we're going to wait until we do need it at a later date. Next episode we're going to have to work on a way of using up all this extra power. And I think what we need is apples. We also need a little bit of maybe a sorting system. Definitely a sorting system. Look at all that clay. Look at all the apples. You should see all the saplings upstairs. Yeah, I reckon we need a sorting system. So next episode we might get into applied energistics. Once we do get into applied energistics, we're probably going to need a little bit more power if we do a massive system. That's going to have to wait for another time. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one. Got a little bit from it. If you have, hit like, subscribe, leave a comment. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.